You've got some epic. On the left, it says unlocked. On the right, if you click where it says locked, sometimes I can't figure out when it shows there versus the other. But so you've got, go back to unlock, you've got, what is that, 470 experience because epics are 10 per. You're going to probably want to try to level something else and then convert it to your SMG. So let's exit out of here. And then where it says collection level, blueprint collection, and then current blueprint fragments, click view details. So you can like click through each type here to see what you have in each, because you can have like 5,000 fragments, but if they're all green, then that's not a ton of experience. And so this is where you can see, do you have any legendary fragments? That's probably the place to start. It's looking like, unfortunately, no. But you got 600, 720-ish with the Huntsman. Let's go to the next one. 700. Is there anything in the locked, unlocked? Can we click both of those just to make sure? Okay, so what is that? That's 600. 600 plus, go to locked again, please. 600, 700. So you got about 1,300, and I think you needed 15. So we're close. 16. Okay, so you're close with that. And that was, I think, the Wanderer. Yeah, that's Wanderer. Okay, can we Juggernaut and then click on both sides, the locked and unlocked. 600, 400. This late 60, 460. How much was it? 600? So like 1,000 something. So maybe not this. Let's go to the next one. 140 plus. Oh, I'm gonna actually just pull up my calculator. Make this easier on everyone. Because this one is close. This is 1,200, and go back to locked or unlocked, whichever is the other. So 80, 240. Oh, so close. 60 away. Okay. So, but we're leading with Juggernaut right now. Let's check the next one, please. I locked and unlocked. Okay. And the last one. Okay. So it's 470. Click on the next tab, please. So 470, you're leading with Juggernaut. All right. So if we can take a look at your wish pool now, please. Juggernaut fragment. Scroll to the right. I think Caged Prisoner has some Juggernaut weapon fragments in there. Ignis? What is Ignis? Herald of Courage. There. Okay, so that Soaker Lost Valor, that is Juggernaut. And regardless of whether or not you want to use that weapon, like this wish pool, it's still going to give you, it should give you enough fragments to level, and you're already going to, it'll give you the blueprint, hands down. Click on this. You don't have to start actually making the wishes, but if you clicked, you can see the details of it. So you get 15 fragments, 10 fragments, 25, 25 when it's matching. It's 560. So 1,500 just on that. So you'll get the blueprint and enough almost to level. So yeah, this is probably the one that you want to do. This is also a really nice weapon. So even though it's not in the build you're working on right now, gives you fragments you need to level. So I would play this through. Now, before you do that though, you got 6,500. You can only play this through when you get to, I think it's 10,000. You've actually done part of them. Okay, wait, let me count. 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9. You can finish it. Yeah, it'll be 4,500. So just click until there's nothing left to smash the gaze. Got the fragments there. I knew. So I think you already had the blueprint, but you've gotten the fragments. And so even though, like I said, you're not using this one, but you can exit out of here. You can definitely upgrade Soaker to 2-star, and then you can convert your Soaker to your Bounce SMG, and then you can craft 2-star SMGs. And this is essentially, sorry, go on. Confirm, yeah, confirm. That's just showing the summary. You can exit out, and you can go to your blueprints again. And Soaker was auto rifle. And if you click there, let's see how much you got. So you got the blueprint, you got the fragments. This will almost give you the upgrade. You can also buy it directly from the blueprint store, but that's a lot more expensive. So it depends on like how hard you want to go, because you'll get 80 fragments for buying it directly. 80 times 60 is 4,800. So that'll give you another level easy. Probably 2. So it depends on, do you want to keep doing the wish pool because that's the most efficient technically in the long run, or do you want like a punchy short-term game? You don't have enough Starcrom yet to buy it directly either way though, so you got some time to think. So you can add this now, and then if you switch to the locked after you add the Soaker fragments, you should get, yeah. Ooh, just barely. So I made a mistake. You are lucky it wasn't the Juggernaut that you had the most fragments out of, but thankfully you'd already partially completed that pool, so you are good to go. You can enhance this. Right? I think it might have been like operator. It was not the first tier that you had the most, but yeah, now it's level 2. What did I say you get for buying it directly is 4,800, so you can definitely get this to level 3, but it's a question of like you're probably not going to be converting enough stuff that you need to be like, precious with it. So you could convert it to the SMG, wait until you're ready to buy the blueprint, convert it back, level the Soaker, convert it to the SMG. Like, so it's this sort of like ping pong game. And if you happen to get enough for the SMG while that's your highest star blueprint, definitely level it then. But yeah, that's basically the nutshell of this. While I'm looking at your stuff, you want to take a look at gear, because fragments between gear and armor are weapons and armor are separate. So what? Okay. Okay, perfect. Because I think you might have got some out of that. Can you check your view details for your current blueprint fragments? And then Juggernaut, I think is like the 4th one. And then locked unlocked. Let's see if you got, okay. Go back to your wish pool, please. There is something that gives Juggernaut. Lone Wolf, I just can't remember which one it is. So we're not going to be doing any actual what you call it. So let's just click on them, and then eventually something should show Lone Wolf. So let's just keep clicking, not actually this far in, just yeah, that level, so I can see what they give, because I forget what each tier gives. Death charge? No, it's not death charge. Um, bounce bear, maybe? Does that give? No. not the bounce dance pants. What's the next to that? You might have already completed it. Oh, wait, sorry, bounce dance. Try it again. It was bounce and renegade. No, so yeah, not that one. Power surge. No, we already looked at cage prisoner, and that wasn't it. But let's try it again, just because that. So I think you probably already completed the pool that gives the like. Did you buy them directly? The blueprints for the. Oh, so you brought them from the store. Gosh. Okay. Okay. And you bought that directly. Oh, that's so weird. I wish I could remember. Here, let me try this. Um, the character that I have on your guys' server didn't do any wish pools, I don't think. Um, maybe I can find it that way. I swear there was one, unless it was like a limited time one that gave the lone wolf set. Because that's actually a big part of how I got my gear leveled. Long awaited. What's that? I want to see if maybe it was a thing. You should have fragment. Oh, okay. No, I was wrong. The Hardy gloves look similar to. Maybe it was a limited time one. I swear there used to be one that gave them. Um, but let's. Why don't I just look at your I don't know if there's anything you can't level right now to then you can convert it to your lone wolf, but that would be the game is just trying to find so lone wolf is juggernaut. You're going to be wanting to try to do things that can give you juggernaut fragments. Um, but I mean, the way that you can do this too is you can just literally do anything. So, like, if you have either of those two blueprints, you could try to level one of those. I don't know what those two pieces are, but you could try to level one of those and then convert it after it's leveled to your lone wolf. Because that's the great thing about the conversion method is you really don't need anything in particular. You just need to always be converting your highest star first and then convert it to when you have more. I think that was your was it operator or beyonder that you had those fragments in? That's under, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Yeah. And then so Beyonder, those were both chess pieces. If you hover over the icons in Beyonder, what are their names? Bastille, which is a good one, and Explosive Front. I don't think I've ever seen that one. But let's look at either one of those two. I think you can probably level one for it. It should be in your unlocked if you have the fragments wrong on. Oh, yeah, I saw it lower down. I was wrong. Yeah, okay. So you have the partially filled puzzle piece there. So yeah, unfortunately, not anything you can do with it because you'd have to use it to be able to play. And so it can be another thing of like sometimes you might actually want to fuse a blueprint because if it's in a wish pool and you're going to get a ton of fragments from it, like you can level it and then hacky sack it around. Um, so you don't always have to like completely forget about fusing blueprints. Yeah, it looks like a yeah, unfortunately. What do you have for Huntsman? You have 140. That and Wanderer, you have a lot for both Huntsman and then locked and unlocked because I was only so most of it's blue. Or this one, you might be able to upgrade something. What are those boots? Cowboy. Looks like, not sure if you have, let's see if you have that unlocked. I think you have enough epic fragments to level something. No, you don't have. You have, scroll back up, please. So you would need at least one legendary huntsman piece of gear to be able to start using those, because those were, I'm sorry, Wanderer. I think Wanderer was the one that we said you had fragments. But legendary is the gold, epic is the purple. So you're sort of stuck right now until you can unlock one of the blueprints at least. Okay. Well, sorry we couldn't do anything with the gear, but at least now you can have level 2 blueprint for your SMG. Yeah, I would go. You might as well. You get 2 every week, and you're not going to be converting that often. So, yeah. Hmm. The soaker and the SMG. Hmm. And yeah, I've been liking that SMG. I only played around with it on alts when that stairway was a thing. Um, the big reward, but yeah, it seemed nice. Mm, have your bounce, yeah, very nice, awesome. You're welcome. Thank you for being my guinea pig. Appreciate it. All right. Did not place correctly. So Chad, I've never actually used hydroponics, but Chad was explaining something like the wheel has to be placed in a certain way to actually. I don't know if like not so that's the pump, but yeah, the wheel over there. I don't know what part he said has to be placed in the water. Like I would assume try turning it around since you already. Well, it's also not moving, which makes me think. You know what I mean? Like think. Oh, they don't move even when they're functioning. That's weird. Do you see what I'm talking about though? Is like is does he have it facing the right way? Okay. Yeah, so it has nothing left. If you what I like to do is I like to daisy chain my generator so that anytime I connect something to a generator, I'm always like making sure that I'm not like wasting power supply, if that made sense. So I don't know if you've connected a wire between both of those. Doesn't look like there's a wire between the hydro. Yeah, that's weird. Huh. Cash wire. Okay, good to know. I've seen that before too, and I never figured out how to clear it. So it looks like you might need like one more watt because that's I think a 4 watt, 6 watt booger. Do you have any other generators running? Yeah, try connecting them all to each other too. Like I had and just connect any of those to one of your other generators. No. Got it. You what's it called? Are those small biomass or large biomass? Got it. This is going to be a controversial take, but I don't know that acid farming is worth it. Um, I would disconnect your brewing barrels then if you're not actively using them to like bake something. Oh, then yeah, keep them. Okay. Dylan, you want me to take a look while he's doing those wires? All right. I don't know. Oh, you've been converting, so it looks like you've been playing around with it some. Can we go to your Well, it looks like you still got 8 temps though, so can I check your details on the blueprint fragments? Just to like yeah, so click each of these, the locked and the unlocked, just to get a rough idea of what we're working with. Looks like Huntsman is pretty good. You got, and then the next one, Juggernaut, yeah, Wanderer. Yeah, okay, so not so much Wanderer. Raider, not so much. Oh, okay, so you got the DE stuff. So I would mess with the DE. Um, okay. The DE is probably your. So have you done the wish pool for DE? Did you buy directly? Okay, no, that's good because that's a shitload of fragments. So you can actually go ahead and upgrade that probably at least once. You have a giant bear. That is amazing. Sorry, don't do any what's it called? Oh, you don't haven't done the wish pool yet. Okay. So yeah, you're gonna get just click on that. Okay, so that's 80 plus 25, 105 fragments. When you have the Star Crom, you'll need, I believe, 10,000 to do it. But then that's going to be 85 times 60 is 5,100 experience. So that's like a level or two. And you've already got like a number of fragments for that. So you could try leveling it again. Oh, you're okay. So I would well, before we convert, though, we want to see how much experience it takes. Let's, yeah, go in there, enhancement, 6,000. Okay. And how much did we have? I didn't actually stop to do the math. It was Juggernaut, one to the left. Okay. And then pause. So 54 times is 3,200. I don't know that I would recommend using the soaker, but if you did, that's 360 plus 3,200. And what do you have in the locked? Nothing. Okay. So you're about 1,500 short of your next level. So there's no point in converting now because you can't do anything. But what you're probably going to end up wanting to do is convert to the DE, do the wish pool, and then you'll at least get it one more star. I think, what did I say? Yeah, 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 and it's a nice bullseye one. I tend to use either the sniper. Yeah, no, I wouldn't for that. No, I would never. Honestly, I wouldn't trade down until you have a fully star weapon. Like I did that with the epics, and I started using some Legos because I already had a 5-star weapon or a 6-star weapon. But yeah, I didn't until I got. What about your gear? Nice, 5-star. 4 and 5 stars. Okay, 3 stars. What? Well, we learn. Um, what? Okay. Sorry, I came out with the video too late. Um, how much experience does the cowboy hat take to level? 1,500. It's not a ton. You got 210 plus, I don't know, a few other. This one isn't necessarily the. Yeah. How many is that? I can't tell. 61? 61, and then you had, I think, 10, so that's only about 700. Not all. Okay, pause. Fire rune. Do you, if you have the blueprint, I'm not sure if you do or not, that's 1,002. Okay, so you don't, so let's just stop the conversation. Okay, do you have that blueprint? If you don't, we can move on. It was the blast top. Okay, okay. Um, oh, okay. Oh, that's what that means. Boom. Locked means you haven't unlocked the blueprint. Oh my god, it was driving me insane trying to figure out why there were separate tabs. Okay. Um yeah, I mean like you could use them. I wouldn't unless it's your final star, you know what I mean? And when you get to the final star, all bets are off. But what's your wish pool? I'm guessing you're gonna want to do the DE Jaws. Um and then that'll give you, yeah, it's not going to give you any armor, I don't think, unless click, but don't click any of the actual what you call them. Yeah, and then so it's all weapons. So yeah, no, that's not going to help you for gear. Gear wise, I think armored cowboy, no, depths, no, one of them had a unstable bomber. But I guess it depends. Are you using the DE Jaws for leveling, or are you actually going to use it as a weapon? Okay, then we don't need to talk about the gear that much. Um, what are you using? Is it another bounce build or okay? Okay. So the that bounce dance pants is a good one to use for gear. I'm not 100% sure how good those pants are, but they seem really good. Um, like depending on how many enemies are nearby, I believe it can stop you from having to reload for a while. If you go to the so sorry, before you can keep going. There's you get those pants, those are great. Those are a key armor. They had that orange shaft of light. Another reward for that is the Renegade set, and that's okay. What does Sharp Blades do? Okay. So it depends, I guess, on what you're trying to go for. Um, that's probably higher damage, but I've never tried in like a large enough group. Like, would you like? Because there's a shrapnel build item. I think it's a mod that like makes it so that you rarely have to reload. Um, and those pants do sort of the same thing. So it depends on like it's not going to actually necessarily be the highest DPS, maybe because you're not reloading as often, especially if you're using a sniper, maybe it's worth it. But then again, you're using a sniper, how often is it bouncing to trigger that effect? I'm not sure. Okay. So, okay. I mean, it's something to keep in mind. Like, if you see something saying that that one's better than sharp blades, then I would definitely try to go for that pool since it's limited time. But um, yeah, I would go the death charge first. Yeah, like, dude, I know they say limited time, but where do you know if it says anywhere when it expires? Okay, try click on any of them just to see if it says in this page. Yeah, up at the top, so the 22nd. Um, what does the bounce one say? Because I think the bounce one was released earlier. Oh God, tomorrow. Okay. Well, not. No, that's not tomorrow. It's sooner. Yeah, I mean, especially it's a key armor, so it's harder to use it for leveling, and you're not sure if it's something you're going to use in your builds. Like, and that's another thing too. Like, yeah, the wish pool is the fastest long run way to level, but if you're getting gear you're only going to use for leveling versus like you get gear that you might use and maybe you can use it for leveling too, like that's maybe a better way to go. It depends on how fast you want to skyrocket or do you want to have more flexibility. Yeah. I mean, the thing though is you don't necessarily need the long axe fragments. Once you like have gotten a legendary weapon, you can start using your legendary fragments to level the long axe. Oh, blueprint. Okay. Got it. Got it. Hmm. I see. Yeah, I got oh, maybe. Yeah, I got mine out of the way of winter scenario, so I'm not too helpful on this server. Sorry. Okay. You'll get it eventually. All right. Kyle's turn. Thanks for letting me play around, Dylan. All right. You got a decent number of weapon fragments, not a ton of armor fragments. We probably start with weapon. Before we go into too much like of any one, can you, if you go a little up and to the right where it says view details, yeah, and then locked and unlocked tabs will show you different amounts. Okay, so mostly blue for your huntsman. Let's move on from the huntsman type to the next. 700 off of that epic machine gun. What about the locked juggernaut? Nothing. What about, sorry, go back one. Oh yeah, you should go for the boom, but locked and unlocked. Okay, so nothing there. Um, Juggernaut unlocked. So you've got the I mean the blueprint. You've got 105 fragments. You're going to be able to level this. But let's keep going. I'm just curious what else you got. A little bit. What about locked? and then the last one. Okay, so it's going to mostly be your KVD. Now, what is your highest weapon currently? Okay, the Soaker is the same class, but you don't want to. Oh, I'm sorry, no, it's not. I think it was Operator for the KVD. What is KVD? No, it is. They're both Juggernaut, right? Or am I Beyonder? Soaker is Beyonder. Okay, I was right about KVD. I was wrong about Soaker. Okay, so you can convert your Soaker to the Juggernaut. Okay, so correct. So where it says that, click on the Soaker. Doesn't matter in which order you do it. You can click on that one first. Because all you're doing is swapping it, so it doesn't matter which one's on top and which one's on the bottom. You're just yeah. So now you're gonna have a 1-star Soaker and a 3-star KVD. And now when you level your KVD, you're gonna have a 4-star KVD. Exit out of there. Yeah. Boom. Yup. There you go. You have a 4-star weapon now. So 8,000 experience. It might be a minute before you're gonna get another one. I don't know if you bought it directly from the Blueprint store and did wish pulls. Okay. Okay. Excellent. Okay, cool. So there's not anything for KVD specifically that's going to help you unless you get lucky in a wish pool. But what you can do is just like, keep your eye on these things. How much StarCom do you have? Almost 4K. Okay. Do you have any wish pools that are like partly completed? If you click on any of them, but don't click on the little whack-a-mole guys. So if any of those holes have like a sign or something over them, that's how you can tell. I'm gonna guess you don't. Yeah. Okay. I think that's probably you can probably stop. So yeah, basically what you're gonna. Oh yeah, might as well. Echoes from the Rift might be one worth checking because that stays, but uh, so that might have been something. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's the first scenario. It's also the one that I wouldn't recommend you do. But okay, so you got one. It's not important. You don't want to chase 9,500 Starcrom after that just to not waste the 500. Um, yup. And what if your secondary is, or even your melee are legendaries? You can convert it to that other one you're using and have a 4-star of that. And so basically, oh, you already crafted it. Oh, right? Isn't it? Thank you. So as long as you're not crafting like back and forth super often. Exactly. And I think we're like 2 days. Yeah, we're 2 days away from getting 2 more attempts. So you might as well convert it. You'll be at. So the axe can't convert because it's epic. You can only do legendary to legendary. Yeah, and that would have been my answer anyway because A, it's a good weapon. B, the bullseye is a crucial part of the build, getting that extra damage. So, I mean, you'd want to have it at 4 stars too anyway. A good one. Thanks, man. Did you? And like, you know about the calibrating? Yeah. Sure. Yeah. You have to redo it every time you craft it. Hmm. Large, light break, or light optic. I think you had, and then I can't remember which your magazine was, but yeah. Cool. Super duper. And then I could take a look at your gear real fast. But based on the number of fragments, I'm gonna guess you probably can't level. But if you had like 60 of a legendary, you might be able to. Because the count can be misleading because 60 could be 60 blues, could be 60 legendary. So it doesn't, there's no way to know how much experience you based on it. Okay. Um, yeah. I mean, why don't we just, let's go to the view details. The underneath the collection level, and yeah. And let's see. Okay, so you got about 600 with that. Look at, yeah, not so much there. Yeah, so no, unfortunately no. But yeah, what you can do though is you can convert your 2-star that you have of that one piece into a full set of legendary gear at a 2-star blueprint. Yeah. Yeah, it maxes at 10 and you're getting two more in 2 days. It's like every, I believe it's every week you get two. So, I mean, you could, what is it, 5 armor slots? Um, it maxes up to 10. And so you can do, if there's like 5 armor slots, right? You could do 5 conversions. That leaves you with 3 left. And in 2 days, you'll be back up to 5. And so, like, you could do almost a whole another set again. Correct. So I would use them when you're at 10, like just to not lose, because it'll cap at 10. But it's gonna take you a while to get Starcrom to level another blueprint. So this is the best point to be doing conversions. For the purpose of crafting at least. If you're gonna level, you might want to save the conversions for then, but you're not gonna level for a while. Did you get my uh did I explain well about the key armor piece? Okay. I'm sorry. Okay. Um, so I responded. Yeah, take your time. Take your time. Not paying 100%. You're crafting before you convert, right? Like convert, craft, convert, craft, armor. Yeah, no, you're gonna want to craft in between. Yeah. But again, I think you still have like 8 and you're going to get 2 more in days. So, oh no. Well, okay. So that might still be enough to do a full set. Yeah. Find your 2-star first. Not that one. Sorry. Yeah. There you go. Now you can convert again. Yeah. Hmm. Oh, you're go to the like the square up into, yeah. There you go. You had it filter to just specific piece. Piece energy link. So in like 2 weeks, there's gonna be a chest you can buy for energy links that gives you asterisms, which is what gives you the star chrom now. So you're gonna be really nice about. Did you already convert the boot? Got it. Right. Sorry. Yeah. Want to go back to the square? Yeah. Before you craft this, get to the screen where you can craft it. I want to point something out to you. Um, so right next to the star chrom, there's replaceable things. That deer's hide is the main thing that you can actually replace. I don't understand where the fibers on the other one comes from, but like it gives you different benefit. Um, mhm, right. Movement would just be speed in general. Sprint speed is just sprint. So it's a higher percentage movement for the sprint, but it doesn't count when you're just walking. Yeah, yeah. It the the benefits are different between like boots, gloves, helmet, etc. Like the gloves especially are nice because the gloves can give you extra yield while gathering. And yeah, those I don't know where to get those specific like fragment fabrics. The skins at least you. And then the you want me to explain the armor? Okay. If you go to the blueprint screen, uh, and armor. Okay. So they function like the exotics from Destiny, where you can only have one equipped at a time. And that's any. So if you have the exotic helmet, you can't have the exotic chest. So if you have one piece of key armor, you can't. Yeah, doesn't matter. Um, correct. Correct. Um, and so what they do is the benefits are usually a lot stronger than what you would normally get from armor while you're limited to one. But the reason I pointed out in the video is buying key armor from the blueprint machine costs 8,000 Starcrom. Buying regular armor from the Starcrom machine usually costs like, and not the wish pool, like exit out of here, and then I think it's at, yeah, there, and then scroll down. So those key, it's there's a status blueprint and the weapon blueprint. Those are key armor pieces. They cost 8,000 per. But if you go to Shelterer, you've got all of them. Let's check, like Savior. Okay, maybe Wolf. Yeah, so 3,000. So it's 5,000 Starcrom difference to buy it from the wish machine. I mean the directly here at the blueprint shop. Uh, Gotta scroll up. Um, yeah. So right now you're, yeah, there you go. Those weapon blueprints are the status blueprint. Those are key armor, all of them. It's key armor because it's there because they're trying to group all of the key armor into one. But the key armor aren't part of a set. They're their own standalone thing, but they give you a bonus that's as strong as like 3 or 4 tier set bonuses. You can you can convert something to a key armor, but I wouldn't buy fragments from the blueprint shop because it costs 8,000. So if you want to use something for mm, mm, it will be. It's just that you have to spend 8,000 instead of spending 3,000 that cost. Mhm. No. I'm saying that when you're trying to get fragments for leveling, you probably don't want to use armor for leveling because they're more expensive to obtain. If you're going to use them, if you're going to use key armor, buy them. But it's also not limited time. So yeah, sorry, I couldn't figure out a good way to explain that in the video. Hmm. They can come. So okay, so let's use hardy gloves as an example, right? I think you had a shelterer piece as your 2-star. You could convert your 2-star shelterer piece into a key armor blueprint that you've unlocked, and you can craft that at 2 stars, and that's fine. But if you want to level something that is a key armor, you're gonna have to buy fragments from the wishing machine at 8,000 per 80 fragments, versus other things you can buy at 3,000 per. So what I would say is, let's say Hardy Gloves was 3 stars and you wanted to make it 4 stars. It's probably better to convert that to something, get fragments for whatever else you can use to level cheaper, then convert it back to Hardy Glove. Right. So you would want to buy, you might actually not even want to buy it. You might want to just do the wish pool, because you'll get the blueprint from the wish pool, uh, and it'll be cheaper than having to buy it for 8,000, because you'll get a bunch of other stuff too. No, it's a matter of, yeah. Sorry. Yes. Sorry. All right. At this point, I'm gonna end the stream. Thanks for letting me pig of the furry thing that they test stuff on. I'm getting fried.